hello, and welcome back to Trails into Reverie. Last time, basically started this post-game stuff, learned a bit about something going on in here that's stopping it from shutting down. Had some speculation on the nature of what this place is, and my general thoughts is that probably it seems, and I guess we'll see as they tell us more about what's happening in the depths, as well as this other Daydream we got that we need to do.
Confirming rank points accumulated. Nope. Liberation rank unchanged.
I'm so fucking far off, too, from the top level stuff. Oh, man. What does someone have to do to get RP? Fish Stratum. That's a lot. 50 Guardian Beasts, that's quite a bit. 10 more of those. Or 4 more of those, okay. So the 4 left in the random may actually be the last ones. That, or potentially there might be more in the higher stratums? I guess we'll see. Then again, if they're random, I might just get them going through them. Because I like to fight stuff, too. Close on the Daydreams. 31 day... Was that here before? I don't remember if that was here before. Either way, I don't think any of this is going to get me up like 225 or whatever it was that I needed left. Man. It makes me feel like I missed shit. It really does. Either way. Probably some stuff in here I could benefit from adding or upgrading. Yeah, this one.
New features available.
Okay. That should help me do whatever I feel like doing in the future. Now, let's watch that Daydream. The little thing on it makes me guess that this is basically going to be the typical like post-credits equivalent, where we get like the Ouroboros was talking about stuff when we like hit the end of an arc, like we had at the end of Cold Steel 4 where they showed the Grandmaster for the first time. We had the thing at the end of Sky, I remember, where they had Campanella talking to a bunch of people. I want to say we've had it other times in the series after major arcs finished up as a way to tease the next stuff.
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
That would be my guess, given that it's the Grandmaster art, and I think that's probably what's his face, the orange hair sunglasses dude from Calvert, the Enforcer. Either way, I can't imagine it's likely to be too long of a Daydream if it's one of those.
The third stage of the Orpheus Final Plan. The Eternal Recurrence Plan. Far from demise, yet farther still from creation. One has but to face the spiral of all, false as it is true, by which the world revolves, to find a facade sincere as it is hollow. If one is to move forward, one must look back.
Yeah, okay.
Yet the choice must be done so with peril. For the answers, one may not stand to bear.
Okay. The idea that whatever happened previously with the fall of everything is likely to be in some way what's causing the problems that we're currently dealing with in some capacity. Oh, that's not... That wasn't McBurn in the thumbnail, but...
Come on out! I know you're there.
To think it's been 10 years since you were here last.
So this is her voice.
Not since I bestowed upon you and Lenhart your swords. I I would applaud finding your way here without Campanella's guidance. But it may have been a simple task, now that half of your memories have returned.
I'm actually looking at the background.
Sure was. Hell, I think I even got enough to figure out who you really are now. Of course, if I knew for sure, I'd probably have to kiss this form goodbye. It figures. No use pretending what happens in this world's got nothing to do with me anymore, I guess.
I'm afraid not. We will need you to fulfill your role as number 1 for a while yet. It is not number 0 nor any Anguis, but you, and only you, who can act as our guiding bonfire.
Works for me. I've gotten kind of attached to this place, so I don't mind sticking around. So, you got your eye on a new 7th Anguis to replace Steel?
You will meet when the time is right. Though only they may ultimately decide if they are willing to carry such a heavy burden.
Really now?
If I could have a moment.
Oh, I feel like we've had a lot of them revealed to this point.
Well, well, if it isn't the guy who didn't think to ask before screwing around with someone's body.
I would never. How did he find out? You must forgive me for speaking up like this, Grandmaster. If I may, it concerns a most urgent report. And a question I have for you, McBurn.
Oh yeah?
A simulation I had been reviewing of Elysium's deletion was forcibly terminated. I can only assume it was the work of an unknown party with zero relation to the Society, Foundation, or Church. You wouldn't happen to have an idea of who they would be, would you?
Why would I? Wait, maybe I do. It could be that new group the Oathbreaker was talking about.
The one operating out of Orid?
Ooh.
Pardon me for dropping in like this.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
Huh. Don't think you were on the guest list.
What is Calvert's new president doing here? How? Did they get you in here? I saw that logo.
I have no direct connection with them, to be clear. I just had a source put me in touch with them through the CID. Their services didn't come cheap, but there's no easier way to get what you want than throwing a little mirror around, now is there?
Funny guy.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, Grandmaster. And if you don't mind me saying so, I almost get the feeling you were expecting my arrival.
I was. I have reason to believe you will be the greatest obstacle to our next endeavor. Nevertheless, welcome, and congratulations on your recent inauguration.
Why, thank you. Now, I'll make this brief. I come here with a proposal. For the next 2.5 years. I will not interfere in your next undertaking so long as you do not interfere in mine. Do we have a deal?
You!
Oh, wow.
I see. For all your many differences, few share your and the late Chancellor's gift for imposing negotiation. Very well, Mr. President. We shall not interfere in your scheme to test this world's potential for 2.5 years.
To test this. Oh.
In return, you will do the same for our eternal recurrence plan.
Excellent. I'm pleased we could come to a swift agreement. All other matters can be dealt with as they come, so long as you do not fall afoul of the Calvardian Constitution.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. There is a lot to fucking unpack there. Yeah, to be continued indeed. Yeah, there's a lot to fucking unpack there. First thought that comes to mind. The first thought that comes to mind is his phrasing of the phrasing of to test the world's potential feels very in line with Septarian related stuff, doesn't it? He doesn't look it, but is there ever the slight chance he could be connected to, or actually in the same way Roselli is, a holy beast in some form? That would be my very first instinct there. The other thing I really wanted to...
Okay.
Like the background of... Like, so the area they're in for that, looks really similar to this. Doesn't it? I actually took a screen grab mid, their background and their, like, sort of, like, circular thing around. It has different pattern. It's just straight up squares all the way through. This is way more like random and circuitry sort of esque styled and has a little glowy stuff going. So that's distinctly different. I'll note that. So that was interesting. One other thing. One sec. I want to check one thing. I need to go back in the recording because I didn't actually catch precisely how he phrased it. Okay. So, how Novartis phrased it was, a simulation I was making of Elysium's deletion was forcibly terminated. There's a lot of similar concepts to the terminated and... except the termination is unsuccessful here. So how I first saw it and why I wanted to go back and review it, because I wasn't sure if I heard it correctly, was made me wonder if it had anything to do with Reverie Corridor here. I'm going to guess not. Just some keywords that typically have been associated with this place being used was also brought up there. I'm still a little like, are they connected? But, like, conceptually, I'm not seeing the overlap outside of Elysium and some words. The other thing that I went back and looked at just very briefly was the logo that they mentioned. MTSC. Which, with the dots in there, largely... Actually, there's not a dot after the C at the end. Which is interesting unto itself. That's okay. A long name. That is a very long name for any organization. So you're guessing a lot by it. So it's an organization that would not have official connections to the government of Calvern. It's an organization that is known to Ouroboros, is new, presumably is operating entirely out of Calvern, and all that sort of fun stuff. It's an organization that has a reason to have a logo. It is an organization that has reason enough to have a logo that has their name in it to some extent, which means that it is something that has branding and whatnot. Like legitimately like branding, like a company that sells stuff, that sort of thing. Or a company that provides services, or something like that. Which is very interesting, because I don't think we've quite had evil company yet in this. I'm trying to remember, have we had evil company yet in this series? We've had evil organizations, but not evil, like, company of some form. If they're also new, that's interesting unto itself. I guess my first guess, especially since they were able to go in and delete that sort of stuff, none of the letters match up with the idea of networking, but if it's something new that's popping up in the age of the current technology, the idea that something could get big and influential in this time frame, probably, especially since one of the things that was pointed out when I was going around talking here was the fact that, like, the Orbital net was is become such a big thing to connect the world that we have here in this series. I could imagine a company that's highly involved in orbital networks could also do that, especially in terms of capability. as well as why they'd be new, why they'd be influential, why they'd be marketing, have marketing and all that sort of stuff. But it would also be weird if an organization like that didn't have direct ties to the government in any way, right? So that's probably the thing that throws... That's the thing that's like, why would you be a branded company that sort of like wants to like sell yourself? Like, it's a logo that looks like a company logo, right? Because you don't put your name in a logo unless you want people to remember the name, which means marketing, which means selling stuff. Which makes her an interesting element of why would the president be like, I have no ties to them? Like, if you're a president of a company, you're going to have like some, at least minor ties to,
Trial door presented.
to like major companies in your country, that sort of thing. It would be like, Osborne being like, I have no ties to the Rhinefern. What are you talking about? I've never met them before. Albeit, I might be taking the no ties element a little itty bit too seriously. There's legitimately that possibility. But, nah, it's a weird thing to be the case otherwise, though. So, very interesting. Ooh, speaking of which, that actually should,
Central core activated.
yeah, that should get me the Daydreams one, right? That might explain why I was missing the one Daydream. They wanted me to go find that one. But there's also more Daydreams? Oh, I wonder how much of this was actually, like, post-launch. Because that almost makes it seem like maybe, like, up to getting that stone was... Especially since that's sort of important to actually be in the base game. The ability to... So I'm going to guess beating the 4th Stratum and stuff like that was in the base game, and stuff after that, the depths area here, is probably the post-release stuff people were talking about. That's my guess, at least. Either way, up and at him. I wonder if it's going to have more... Yep. So, this is the 5th floor. Something about this place has changed. It's like it's expanded further. The enemies here seem much stronger, too. We're in an unknown territory, so best thing we can do is keep an eye out to move forward. Gotcha. Much stronger, right?
May our journey begin!
And, okay, we just have a bunch of random gold ceiling stones. We don't have all the reds and... Okay. Let's keep moving, then. I wonder if it's just going to be the 5th stratum, or if there's going to be more.
Can't wait to get my mitts on that chest.
Oh, let me some chest.
I sense a threatening aura. Prepare for a tough fight. There!
Can do.
A worthy opponent. Triumph! Avalon Heart! Behold!
I'm up! Ha! Now! Let's...
Ready?
Darn you. Uh-oh. This might hurt a lot. Well, or not.
Ready? Ready? No.
Let's go! Now!
An opening! Let's go!
On it.
It's my turn! It's my turn! Ha! It's down!
An opening!
On it.
Triumph! Avalon Heart!
Ready?
Come on!
On it. You mind?
I'd love to help.
Let's go!
There we go. Was that done I don't think he got an attack off. Sorry. I don't think he got an attack.
Is
Yeah,
that all?
unscathed.
You must train more.
Yeah.
That'll
I
do
got.
it.
Did I get Black Zemurian ore? Oh my goodness.
Nice!
Stats updated. Look at me go! I only get cute.
They're starting to hand those out like candy. Starting to feel like it at least. Blue ceiling stone. Got it already. That's... Wait, actually, which one is that for? I think red was minigame, so that would have to be the normal one, right? Interesting. I guess I do have more daydreams to get, apparently, so...
I'll look after this.
With that said... If there's only one per... If there's only one... Okay. Holy fucking shit, the upgrade paths have opened up for these weapons. I'm getting so much Black Zemurian ore that, oh my fucking goodness. Like, I have no reason to not just... my entire normal party of at least the normal attackers. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. I guess that's what it means by things opening up. Oh, that's a fun outfit to be able to buy. Yeah! It's not even small on him. It actually would be funny if they like purposely made it so like it was his old size when he was shorter. That would be pretty funny, honestly.
Activating record.
Holy shit! His strength, like just getting the new weapons brought his strength up like nearly 1,000. So what it was like 3,600 before. I remember because I was like looking for ways to increase his strength with these switching over to a different accessory. Holy shit. Okay, something that I actually stepped back and did was set up, spend some time setting up Alvin again, since I haven't actually had much of a need to set her up in any significant capacity. I gave her basically very similar stuff to what she already had. But also just upgraded versions that I had on people that I don't use as much. So I was like, no, just switch them. The other people I don't use as much. It's not as useful. Especially at this point, if this is all we're going to be doing in a place where I can use Alphen. And then I switched her out so that she'd have the increases damage when exploiting weaknesses element. Rather than the... rather than not getting statuses set to her. So... I would say one thing I find interesting in all this is how Laura no longer is like top dog in strength. It's Ash for some reason. Maybe because I have these strength pluses rather than probably bigger strength elements too. What I have on him, partially because I have the roaring orb for him too. Probably a big part. Either way, I basically have everyone except Altina's weapons on my main group completely figured out at this point, apparently. I actually ran out of Black Zemurian ore to get like the completely upgraded version of their weapons, exactly as I would be about to start hers. And she doesn't really need it that much anyways. I was interested, because she has 3,800, 41. They're not too far off anymore. Hers was a bit lower before I went through the process of upgrading it all. But that works too. I think I'm in a place I can actually go and dismantle shit. 13 U material mass? Oh, do I have a max amount of U material I can get? Yeah, we're about to find out. I don't think I'm gonna max out. Nope. Good. That would have been bad.
The gate over there.
I wonder how much more point there are to these. Because, I mean, I could spend a bunch of time upgrading. Ooh, this feels new.
This side ain't half
It is
bad.
not new. I think I probably hit all of the ones for this.
Go! go!
Thinking on it, the biggest upside to doing stuff here probably has more to do with collecting the droplets for
Wipe them out.
the droplets for upgrading levels on everyone else. I think I said it before, but I'm gonna be really scared when if they try to make me use everyone again like they did at the end of the story. Because it feels like stats are upgrading a bunch, and I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to have multiple teams worth of people set up by that point to be stat compliant at the very least.
Stay vigilant.
This one's strong.
So this is
Be
new.
careful.
Don't get a whole lot of... I try to show all the thingamabobs, right?
Try 'em!
Come on, let's get... I ain't done with her. Julio? Sweet dreams.
Behold!
Yeah, I try to show the new ones that I don't think I fought before, at least. I do try.
Now, let's continue onward.
Look at me go!
I must continue to train.
Give me something. Sealing stone plus. Interesting. Man. Okay, that's one floor. Not too bad. I really hope I stumble upon those gold ones without needing to
Our
grind for it.
romantic stroll continues.
I really hope I stumble upon those gold ones without needing to
May we proceed with due
grind for
caution.
them. Oh, hello.
This one is
I
strong,
fought you
but
before,
if
so
we
that
work as one.
this should be fine.
Try 'em! Avalon Heart! Behold! Red...
Let's go. For one.
Come on, let's have ourselves a dance.
Let's begin. They're just wonderful.
I got you! Hip! Keep at it!
It's mine!
Ready? Hip! You picked the wrong opponent to mess with.
I must continue to train.
Stats updated.
Not much of a surprise.
Yay! Like I said, I really hope I just stumble upon these. Because I definitely don't want to grind for them. Yay!
More enemies.
Ooh, this
my
one
turn.
looks new and different, and it wasn't like a formidable enemy, so I'm not gonna keep it, but it looks crazy and hard to pick out all the details in the dark. Okay, after that blindingly beautiful level, let's go to the next floor.
All right, let's take 5.
Faster than I expected. About as quick as I should have expected. Cool. Let's get ready for it. I feel like after upgrading everyone's weapons and shit so heavily, I'm at a significant advantage at the moment, at the very least. That or it actually just expected me to upgrade my guys a bunch, and that's why I was like, yeah, everyone here seems so much stronger.
Visitors reinvigorated.
So, I guess we'll see.